Hello and welcome to another rant video, this series where I just pick random topics and yell about them. Sometimes I call it Sith Talk. Sometimes I wear a shirt that says go yourself. I'm not doing that today. So yeah, rants are nothing new to this channel. A lot of people really love them. Sometimes I feel like I need to clarify that when I yell about certain things, I'm not harboring that deep inside. Like some people are like, why are you getting so worked about that? It's so basic, but it's like cathartic. It's cathartic just to unleash. It's fun. We all have a good time. So let's get into this weekend's yelling. Okay, number one, the weather. The weather is making everything staticky and my hair is sticking to my face. Take some water here. Gotta get some bounce sheets. Okay, but for real first topic. When you are going to watch someone's video and then comment on it, for the love of God, can you please watch the video before you comment on it? Now, this has always been an issue, and I get it. A lot of the times, people on YouTube, they just look for topics about things they already want to talk about. They pick a title, and then they try to, base their comments around what they think the video is going to be about, but then they don't actually watch the damn video to figure out that, the comment that they're making is addressed in the video. Now, most recently, I'm running into this a lot with my Sabrina video. If you did not know, I just made a video about Sabrina, the chilling adventures of Sabrina, and the lawsuit that they are potentially facing from the Satanic Temple, in which I go over the entire grounds of the lawsuit, because I, like many others, saw it and thought it was ridiculous that they were going to try to sue for the use of Baphomet, which is not something you can do. But if you watch the video, I go into explicit details that they are suing over a specific copyrighted image of Baphomet, which is their actual copyrighted image. They have literally filed a copyright with the US Copyright Office, and it's went through. They literally own the copyright to that statue, and the statue is almost identical, or it basically is identical to the one that is used in the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. They have legal grounds to sue for copyright infringement. It's just all of the other shit that they're trying to bring into it about religious issues that they don't have any grounds to stand on. So before you comment on the video saying shit about how Baphomet, it cannot be copyright, about how you can't sue over the use of Baphomet because you can't own it, watch the video! It's not that hard, and I understand why you want to talk about things and realize it's ridiculous, but clearly if I made the video, there's probably a really good reason to watch it. And that wasn't an outlier. There was 5 to 10 comments about that. No hate to anybody. If you were one of those people who just quickly commented without watching the video, I'm not sending hate your way. And most people were really chill about it. We had some good discussions back and forth, and they were like, oh, okay, it's the statue itself. It's cool, I get it. But some people were like, no. Can't copyright Baphomet, it's not possible. You can if you already have a copyright filed with the US Copyright Office and it went through. The copyright exists. You can't do that. Jesus. Second in the world of YouTube comments, there were it is slowed down, I will say. I was a lot more worked up about this yesterday, but nothing happened overnight. But I uploaded my Miseducation of Cameron Post review yesterday, and within 20 minutes there was 5 comments I had to delete from people who specifically must have been looking up videos about it, reviews about that specific movie, so they could leave weird homophobic comments. You're weird. You're weirdos. Why would you spend that much of your free time looking up stuff about a movie that is dealing with a very heartbreaking, serious topic so that you can just be a shitty person on it? You have so little free time that you can actually take the time to start looking through every YouTube video that is being uploaded about a topic. That's sad. That's really, really sad. And that says so much more about you than any kind of moral high ground you're claiming to have with your godliness. Weirdos. Oh, and just as I expected, there were a ton of dickheads being like, I don't know why this guy is getting so much defense coming to him and he's being so whiny about Lego. Is he an adult or is he a child? Fuck you. People are allowed to have passions. Don't be that way. This guy's shown time and time again that he's a pretty stand-up dude. He even ended the GoFundMe early where he could have gotten so much more in the way of donations because he was it's officially certainly reached what would have been the value of what was stolen. I don't need any more money. Don't do it. It's fine. Everything's good. That's a humble dude. That's a humble dude, and you're gonna come in and try to shit on him just because he's very passionate about his hobby, about his art that he has created. Would you say the same thing to an artist who had their paintings destroyed? If you would, you're an asshole. But for some reason, I think you see that differently in your mind, and the situation really isn't that different. Don't be a dick. Now, moving over into a little bit of a movie rant, and this topic alone I could probably make an entire video about, but it's the people who seem to have this really weird belief that if a Zack Snyder cut of Justice League was ever released, it would be a good movie. I don't know how much of an effect you think that Joss Whedon had going into that movie, but he basically just had to finish what was already laid out for him. If something has a bad story, the characters are written poorly, you know, like a strong 75% of the movie was already filmed and ready to go, like that is not Joss Whedon's fault. Joss Whedon could not have saved that movie. I'm not saying he's flawless, but the man who made the first Avengers movie could certainly make a badass Justice League movie. It's just DC fucked the development of that entire franchise so badly that there's no one who could just come in and save something with like 25% of a movie to work with. I know people that are like, nah man, the Zack Snyder cut, like that would fix everything. Did it fix anything else? Like, has Zack Snyder's involvement in any of the DC universe been good? And if you try to say, oh yeah, this was great, no, I swear to God, nothing he touches is good. There's like a reason why when he kind of took a step back from DC after like his very tragic family incident that I feel so sorry about, and I'm not going at him for anything like that, but there's a reason why Warner was like, you know what, like we're just gonna go in a different direction. We're just gonna pursue different directors from here on out. Basically, there was no salvaging Justice League because everything that went into Justice League was trash. They wrote Wonder Woman as if her own movie didn't even happen, and that was trash. There was no saving that movie. It was always going to be a dumpster fire. Let's try again in 10 years. And last up on the docket is something that I saw while perusing the YouTube trended section, because every once in a while I just like to see what YouTube is deemed worthy of holiness in the trending section. And I saw this. Adults react to Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson breakup. Thank you, next. Now, if it was just reacting to the song Thank You Next, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I haven't listened to it, but I looked at the lyrics and it just kind of seems like it's just kind of her way of dealing with everything that happened with the Pete Davidson relationship and everything that happened with Mac Miller. And it's you know, it's nice in that sense, and it's good for her to try to like take a step back, because honestly, she's been through the ringer. I don't listen to Ariana Grande. I don't really watch much SNL, so I don't have a lot of familiarity with Pete Davidson. I know about a lot of the drama surrounding that situation because of just watching other YouTube videos like Philip DeFranco, just kind of discussing different things about it. But it seems so shitty to me that they would literally, so I watched a big chunk of the video and they actually do start letting these adults break down their opinions on this person's relationship, these people's lives. And, you know, Pete Davidson has gone through a lot of struggles. Ariana Grande is clearly going through a shit ton of problems right now. Like a year ago, there was a bombing at one of her concerts. Her ex-boyfriend, Mac Miller, died because of drug use, which has now just been linked to the fact that it was laced with fentanyl, and had thousands of people blaming her for his death. And it is not her fault. And now there's more people literally saying like, oh, she's about to have 2 deaths on her name after leaving Pete Davidson. People thinking that Pete Davidson's gonna kill himself and then would blame her for it. Like, leave Ariana Grande alone. I don't even listen to her music. I don't care about Ariana Grande. But even I can tell that she's been through too much shit this year. Why don't we all just take a step back and leave Ariana Grande alone? At least when it comes to her personal life stuff. Let's just talk about how she's, you know, killing the music game or whatever. How she has like some very, her strength in dealing with these terrible situations. Let's stop trying to reduce it and bring it down to her lasting effects on the guys she's dated. Like, why is that only a thing that gets brought up about female performers? Why does that never get brought up for anybody else? And why the hell do you feel the need to have grown-ass people, and it's adults, it's not teens react, it's not kids react, it's adults react to this relationship? Adults should know better than this. Like, my God, at least let things just settle. Let them settle. Whoever's idea this was, it was terrible. I get that people were asking for it, but at some point you gotta be like, let's take the moral high ground and not have a bunch of people react to this relationship ending that is still quite fresh. And where people are known to have some little bit of like mental issues, and the fact that Ariana Grande has literally been put through the ringer the past little while. Let's take a step back and leave them alone. And speaking of Pete Davidson, if you're gonna be pissed off about what he said about the war vet, you better be equally as pissed off about everything Donald Trump has ever said about veterans, including his comments towards Senator McCain, all the stuff he's actively done to prevent veteran programs from flourishing in the United States, and how he once compared his time trying to avoid getting STDs with all the women he slept with to actually doing a tour of Vietnam, which he avoided adamantly when he should have gone. If you care equally about both, that's great. If you don't care about either, that's also fine. But But if you were trying to treat them as different situations, they're not, and you need to reevaluate yourself. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a comment down below. Leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're into that kind of thing. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. I'll catch you all later.